This conference will now be recorded.
Today I'm going to show you all how to use Canva for virtual staging, and I want to go ahead and give a little disclaimer that it is using AI, so I don't have a lot of control over what happens with the prompts that I give it. So some of these may not be the best examples, but I can go back when I'm finished and show you some of the ones that I have done that turned out pretty good. So once you're in Canva, I believe this is only a feature for people that have the paid version of Canva, which I think is like $14.99 a month. So once you're here, you're going to start with a new design. So I'm going to upload from my computer, and I will use one of my vacant houses that I have here. Let's see. Okay, so this is a bedroom. We'll try that. It's a nice even photo, so there's like a flat wall for it to work with. We'll use it in a new design with a custom size because we want it to stay the size of the photo. Okay, now that I have the photo that I want to work with uploaded to Canva, I'm going to click on the photo, edit image, and magic edit right here. Now there are two different ways to do it. You can click on a part of the room that you want to edit, but for adding furniture, I found that the brush is better. And I'm going to make my brush a little bigger. And then we'll start maybe here. And it doesn't have to be like perfect lines, but just the general area of where you'll want that furniture to go. I'm just hovering over while clicking down to give it the space. Okay. Then for describe your edit, you could start with something as simple as add bedroom furniture, and we'll see what happens. Now bear with me because this part does take a minute to load, so if you want to skip ahead like maybe 15 seconds, you won't have to sit here with me and wait for it to load. But when you click generate, it gives you 4 designs at a time to choose from. So wow, actually right off the bat, that's a pretty good one. So things to look for here, sometimes, and I can't explain why, but sometimes it will cut up the walls, like make them uneven. Sometimes it will change the trim, or it might change the flooring. So those are things you want to watch out for. Sometimes they're not super noticeable and you might be able to get away with it. Just remember, if you're altering a photo like this, maybe include the original next to it on the MLS so they can still see the real vacant room. So here are my 4 options. This one's actually pretty good. So you could go ahead and download it, save it. So click share and then download it, save it to your computer. And then to look at the other options, you can just click on any of them. So these all actually turned out pretty good. Now, here's a good example of where things can get wonky, and this is why you need to look closely at your designs. From far away, this might look okay, but there's some weird stuff going on, like that is kind of strange. So that was actually a pretty good start, but let's try something like add a bedroom, or let's do add a coastal bedroom set of furniture. We'll hit generate again. So if you get those first 4 and they don't end up being anything usable, you can just hit generate again and it'll use that same first prompt and come up with something entirely different. So I said coastal bedroom furniture, so typically that'll give me some sort of like blue set of furniture. So that's kind of cute. The pillows are really uneven. You'll get that a lot, unfortunately. So these were not as great. Let's maybe try to change this to add, instead of a set, let's just say coastal bedroom furniture. The other thing is if they give you a rug, sometimes the rug will be really uneven. One way to work around that is if it's close to the edge of the photo, if you save it, you can just crop it a little bit so that you can't see the unevenness of the edge of the carpet. That one I think is maybe usable. That's cute. Okay, there's another example of like what happened here, right? So let's try to get a little more, just another example for you all. Add white bedroom furniture. Okay, not sure what's happening there. They put a bed frame on a bed. This one, other than those double lamps, that one's pretty good. That one's nice. The pillows aren't even. That one's okay. Let's try this one. So this one looks pretty good to me. Now, one thing you can do is when you're finished with this, there's kind of a set of lamps that match here, and then there's this one random extra lamp. So I might come in here and do my magic eraser and zoom in and click on, when you hit click, it's going to go ahead and try to find an object. If you click on something else, you can tell it to grab a different object. We'll go ahead and erase the shade. Oh, there were some flowers hiding out behind it apparently. Okay, so I think that works. Now it kind of looks like a vase from far away. So there, now that one's a lot more usable, I think. So again, just share, download it to your computer, and you've got it. Another thing you can use this for, besides adding furniture, you can add potted plants. You can add like a little, all kinds of stuff. I added like a bar stool and a bar cart in a kitchen. But you can also, since all the walls are going to be blank in most of your vacant houses, you can also use it to add wall art. The only thing so far that I've had real trouble with is if you have a photo that's from an angle in a corner so that the walls are not like nice and flat like this one, the artificial intelligence will not really pick up on that angle. And so sometimes you might have what looks like a flat painting on an angled wall, if that makes sense. So this particular tool works well if you have a shot from just the middle of one wall to the other. So let's go ahead and try to add I have to pick my area. So let's put it right here in the middle. Add a white wall clock. See what happens. Okay, that one's a little crazy, but there, that one looks pretty normal. All right, so now you've got your room. The next video I'm going to do after this is more of that magic remove like I just did with that lampshade. So stay tuned for that one next. And if you have any questions, you can always email me, Jessie, Jessie, realtor502 @gmail.com.